Today I am working on an older painting. This painting is completely dry. It had a little bit of texture built up here, so this is a raised area. I'm not sure what I had there, but it's some kind of texture under the paint. And this piece has been sitting in my studio for quite a while. It has a lot of nicks and dings on it, so I think that I'm just going to layer some paint and take this piece in a completely different direction. So let's start painting. The piece was overall very warm, so I'm introducing some blues, a little bit of a cool texture into, or cool color into this work. Can dramatically change a piece, and I love working on older pieces. Gives them a new life. It's a completely change from the direction that you may have started with. That is still, of course, picking up the texture that was underneath. Using tissue paper. And you can transfer that to different parts of your painting. going to spritz. And you have to wait a few seconds for the Gamsol to lift through the layers of paint, and that varies according to how thickly or thinly the layers are. You always have to have a wet layer to lift through. That lets you show the history of what was underneath and the work that you had already done to your painting. You can bring that back out. I like the complementary colors of the blues with the orange, rust, reddish tones. Sometimes the brayer sort of pulls it together. Then you can see where you want to add more color. Okay, I am back, and I added a little bit of a dark shape here, and It's still very tacky, but I am going to continue layering. I like the titanium white against all of this beautiful blue. Gives it such a crisp look. I'm going to put a little bit of a texture here. Overlay onto this darker area. So it lets a little bit of the undercolor show through. So many different ways to change these paintings. Do a lot of blending with my fingers, and of course it's up to each of you about wearing gloves. Look out for your own health first, and gloves are always an option for you. I clean my hands constantly as I am painting. And it's definitely a different piece to what it was before. So I am going to turn it around, and that way you can see it from the angle that I have been working on it. And I think I like this being the top and this being the bottom. So that way you can see my view. Working on this piece again, after looking at it for a little bit, I want to work a little more on this corner because I think it competes a little with this. So I can take a piece of my tissue paper just to block this out. As you see it here, it makes it a much more calm and relaxing piece. So I think I'm going to push that back just a bit, and we'll see what it looks like. Maybe leave some bits of that history showing through. And I'm just overlaying some of the other color that is already throughout this piece of work. And I think I like that look a little better. It's amazing what changing certain areas can do as far as letting a painting be very loud or very quiet and more subtle. And it's good to push yourself, that if you use a lot of color in the majority of your pieces, to try some pieces where you push that back and make a quieter painting. Picked up something that I did not want there, but I'm going to push it in and go over it once again. Pick that up on the edge of my knife. Go over that and just work it into the painting. I think I'll carry that white, it's a titanium white, off to the side a little there. You still have these little bits of what was underneath showing through. And I'm much happier with this piece now, so I'm gonna to stop where I am, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's amazing how dramatically you can change a piece into something totally different, and the more you work on it, the more you make it a different piece, and that is so much of the fun in this type of painting. So hope you enjoyed it.